welcome to another RSR live watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to MLS All Stars versus Liga MX All Stars in the 2022 MLS All Star Game. Going to be a lot of subs. You're going to see a lot of players play. Can MLS keep the bragging rights? Or will Liga MX get revenge for last year? Of course, a 90-minute match tonight, and then straight to penalties if there's still a draw after 90. No extra time, straight to pens. But lineups are as follows for the MLS. The home side, the starting goalkeeper, Andre Blake. The back three, Kamal Miller, Diego Palacios, and Walker Zimmerman. The midfield forward, Jordan Morris. Emmanuel Reynoso, the hometown boy, considering this is in Minnesota, Minneapolis. Darlington Nagby, Julian Araujo. Front three, Carlos Vela, Sebastian Driussi, and Chicharito for Liga MX. In goal, the starting goalkeeper, Camilo Vargas. The back four, Juan Escobar, Lisandro Lopez, Hugo Nervo, and Brian Angulo. The midfield two, Guido Pizarro and Fernando Beltran. The attacking midfielders, Julian Quinones, Aviles Hurtado, and Luis Quinones, with a striker, Julio Furch. Managing the MLS, we have Adrian Heath of Minnesota United. Managing Liga MX, we have the Bicampeon winner, Diego Coca of Atlas. So, a title winner versus the hometown manager. Let's see how that turns out. Kickoff at 7:48 is what MLS says. But that MLS lineup, I think it does look awesome. Problem is it's going to be all pulled off at the half. So it's all going to be pulled off at the half. That's the problem. But the bench doesn't look so bad either. But I think Mexico's Liga MX bench is just as good, if not better. I think our best 11 is better than their best 11. I will say that right now. But so if MLS wants a front foot, they better score in the first 45. That's what I'm going to say. That's the key to this game. If you're MLS, you want to score in the first 45 minutes. See where it goes. That's just what I'm saying. But it's a good 11 picked by Adrian Heath. Unless Garber told him, here's the 11 you pick. But it's not like you vote in starters. You vote in players, and then they basically choose what they want. It's not like MLB where you're voting in the starters. Voting in, and then there's coaches' picks and commissioners' picks, and then they pick the lineup, whatever they want it to be. 3-4-3, though. So, let's read some other comments. Rory, while you're here already. Hello, Cellar Door. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, personally. Colorado got the 2010 MLS Cup. Are they getting anything this year? I mean, they have a chance. I could see them making an MLS Cup run. I could. But am I sure about it? No. But it's possible. I'm not discounting it. One more day to my jersey. Nice. For Portland fans, it's weird the Thorns are playing at the same time. We'll have two screens. Launch one on your phone or laptop and watch the game on, well, I guess your laptop. Watch the game on TV. Watch both. I mean, hell, I could do that if I wanted to. If I wanted to put things on my computer. He got a Pumas jersey, the away jersey. That blue and, like, gold-ish jersey. Basically the St. Louis Rams colors jerseys. Or jersey. That's what I like to call it. By that, I mean that shitty color scheme the Rams went to after they won their Super Bowl. It should always been blue and yellow. Like, absolutely blue and yellow. It should have never been navy and gold, but Dr. Negative, what up? I'm rooting for MLS, of course. I'm wearing a TFC jersey with MLS badges on it. No TFC players, but I'm rooting for MLS. You know, I'm rooting for my league. For the league of my team. Because it's not CCL. There's no reason for me to be selfish. And it didn't work out anyway. What's up, Elias? How we doing? But They used to be the St. Louis Rams. I'm talking about when they changed to that color scheme. Hell, when they went to LA, they stopped using that color scheme. They went to freaking navy and white, and then they went to blue and yellow, and then futuristic with it. I'm doing good. Nice, Connor. Nice. Enjoy this game. Sucks that my jersey came with no MLS patch, even though it's authentic. How? I mean, if it's a replica, I know they don't have the patch. All my authentic jerseys have an MLS patch. Now, I will say this. 2020, even before COVID, TFC had that GE logo on the side of their 2020 home jersey and 2020 away jersey. And when I got my gray jersey from 2020 with the 3 big stripes, it didn't have that GE logo on there. But the next 2 did. Weird. But it still had the MLS patch, the MLS 25 patch. So I couldn't tell you. Nice. You told me it was more like Blanco. Kind of felt like Blanco is what you said. What's ESPN proper? ESPN 1. So I don't know what that is at your hotel. It's probably there. I know that. It's always on at hotels. It's somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. Oh, they'll get the 2023 Canadian Championship title. I believe it. But next time I go on the road, I'm probably going to bring my freaking Fire Stick with me if I need to. I bought it from a local sports shop, so I guess they ran out of patches. Yeah, I'll just buy mine from MLS Store Real Sports, and get it shipped over. So they're probably already there. Got Inter Miami shirt for £50. Don't know what that is in dollars. I don't know the exchange rate offhand, and I do not know. I do not want to do math because that probably is harder for me to do. So that's the only thing I'm not good at. When I was in school, I got straight A's and everything else, and sometimes maybe a B in English when we wrote, but Then it was C- in math, and I was still somehow in the advanced track. I could have never. I don't know. Like algebra, I sucked at. Geometry, I thought it'd be easier. I sucked at it. Thank God I never went into calculus. That's just some like FIFA shit. That's like, hey, I'm gonna put Toronto FC in the English leagues and bring them up to the Premier League. Hell, even FIFA done put a Premier League patch on their jerseys. I mean, do what you want to do. I mean, some certain Seattle Sounders fans have said Seattle's better than a certain Premier League club. So, I mean, technically, I guarantee that certain fan would think you're right for putting on that patch on that jersey. Better to get it done early. Good. Still waiting for kickoff. Probably it's like 7:48, so about 10 minutes. MLS has to do what they do. $61 is £50. That ain't bad. That ain't a bad exchange rate. 10 extra dollars. But seriously, I wish they sold patches for every team on MLS Store. I agree. Like, somebody would buy them. Somebody would. 2014 All Star Game, you were there. The game where Caleb Porter got stiffed by Pep Guardiola because of 2 big fouls. Will Johnson fouling one of his players, and then was it Chara? No. There were 2 fouls that he didn't like, and it was pretty obvious that that's exactly what they do all the time. You should expect that every game. And he got freaking heated, and he didn't shake the hand of Caleb Porter. Bald fraud Pep. That was the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. I was rolling over. I never liked Pep when he was at Bayern, tell you the truth. I never liked Pep Guardiola. Even when he was at Bayern, didn't like him. Certainly didn't like him at Barca, and I certainly don't like him now at City. So, to see him get owned and be that hot about it was funny. That's the one thing I miss about the European teams versus the MLS team All Star games. The fact that there's the reactions. No, it was the Arsenal that somebody said Seattle was clear of and better than. On Arsenal fan TV, no less. Wish me luck tomorrow. Got a 23-hour flight tomorrow night. Hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully it's a nice plane. Hopefully it's not just a freaking Hopefully it's not a Southwest flight. Hopefully it's more like Lufthansa. The procession of the dignitaries shaking the hands of the players and mascots and referees. Of course. We got to act like this means more than it really does. When it really just means bragging rights, but hopefully hopefully your flight's on a good airline. The handshakes, of course, yeah. You expect them. I'm guessing it was Garber, the Liga MX commissioner, Cindy Parlow Cone, U.S. Soccer president, Mikel Arreola, president FMF, and somebody else. I don't know who that Santa Claus looking guy was. Guess they're singing both anthems. Starting with the Mexican anthem. Airline Frontier and then Qatar Airlines. Frontier, I haven't heard bad things about. Qatar Airlines will be pretty nice once you get on that plane, though. I know Qatar Airlines is a very, very good airline. I know that for sure. Even if you're not on first class. But if you're on first class, probably one of the best. So I've heard. Haven't went to Dubai yet. Or Qatar yet. I mean, I'm still sure it flies around all the Middle East countries. But then you also got Emirates, so it's pretty much, yeah. To be honest, those Middle Eastern airlines, Qatar Airlines and Emirates, especially when it comes to their first class, I've seen that stuff looks awesome. Like, that looks... Who do you think will win? I think MLS is going to win. 2-1. 2-1 MLS. We won't go to penalties tonight. Ron, will Atlanta United be in 2023 Champions League? No. They will be in the 2023 Leagues Cup, but they're not in Champions League. They won't be in Champions League. United, I'm never flying that airline again. It's about to start. They're doing the U.S. anthem, and then they'll kick off or get into their formations and then kick off. So about 4 minutes. They said they're doing the anthems right now. 7:48 is the real kickoff. But the festivities of the anthems and stuff. The players walking out in the anthems and the handshakes from the dignitaries start at 7:30. So got about 3 minutes. Who's winning? Hadn't started. The kickoff hadn't happened yet. They legitimately just put the crest of each team on the sleeve. They didn't even do those small ones. They just put the big crest there. If you were the coach of MLS Liga MX for this match, what would be your strategies and tactics? With that 11 that MLS is starting, I do like the 3-4-3 with it. I think it suits their strengths. But I would push for a goal in the first 45 minutes because I know I have to sub out all those players at the half. That's how these go. I would be pushing for a goal heavily in the first half to get to the lead, or at least have it drawn by the half, but you would hope that you score the first goal. But they really got to press for that first goal with the 11 they have. Good back three. You got a wing back and Jordan Morris who could kind of do both, but he's definitely good offensively. Reynoso and Nagby, you got a good defensive midfielder in Nagby who could drop back. Reynoso, who's a great number 10, and a front three that's absolutely lethal with Vela, Driussi, and Chicharito. I mean, you have to go. Nah, he's on the bench, but he's wearing number 95, so it'll be easy to pick out. He draw the short straw. He got a bad number. Of course, because even if only one team can have their own number. Interesting. Oh, Deontay Wilder is going to fight in October. Interesting. Because the ESPN always keeps up their news. Wilder, Hellenius, October 15th. Okay, no, I just found a tomato can. Honestly, probably the next boxing pay-per-view I'll probably ever get is Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul. That'll be probably. I want to see that fight. I think it ends up happening, to be honest. But Tate freaking owns Jake Paul is what I'm going to say. MLS, in goal, Andre Blake, the back four, Julian Araujo, Walker Zimmerman, Kamal Miller, and Diego Palacios. So they say a four-back. Well, they say a four-back on ESPN. Okay. Nagby, Reynoso, Driussi in the midfield. Vela, Chicharito, and Morris is the front three. Actually, that's even better what they say on MLS. Yeah, pretty predictable. Yeah, me too. Who do you think will get the 2022 wooden spoon, SKC or to DC? I got SKC getting it. DC is looking pretty good. DC is looking pretty good under Wayne Rooney. I think he could save them from getting wooden spoon. But SKC, Peter Vermees is going to win the wooden spoon. Liga MX is 11. Vargas in goal. The back four, Escobar, Lopez, Nervo, and Angulo. Under Diego Colca of Atlas. Atlas has not been great recently, so Guido Pizarro, Beltran, Julian Quinones in the midfield. Hurtado, Luis Quinones, and Julio Furch up top. Nah, I think MLS's starting 11 is better. Once you get to the bench, I think it's a bit closer. Teams are about to start. Oh, that sucks. That's sad. Win it for Adrian Heath's childhood friend, MLS. Win it for him. I think it will be. I think it will be competitive. It is tough to take, but you got to put out and do a good performance. Win it for him. That's all I'm going to say. Rest in peace to Adrian Heath's childhood friend. One of his childhood friends. Win it for them. I should say, win it for them. And MLS is kicked off, and that's early press from – there's a foul, early foul. Where were we? I agree. I think it will. I think MLS Liga MX is already getting that intense. But there will be a spark that makes it as intense that it's always going to be that intense. But you're right. I agree. What if they make Liga Tica All Star versus Liga MX All Stars? Mexico would slap them. I mean, it would be mostly Saprissa, Alajuelense, and Herediano players. Nice header from Walker Zimmerman to clear that out. Oh, my. That's bad. That's bad. Get it out. Araujo. What was he doing? John Champion didn't say, just childhood friend. Okay. They're saying there might have been – Quinones saying there might have been a handball there, 1 minute. But they're going to give a throw into MLS. MLS almost gave one up there. That was not a good moment to start. Nagbe with a great run there. Darlington Nagbe. What you would expect out of him, I would say. 2 minutes in. Darlington Nagbe is still quality. Even after all these years, he's still quality. I like watching him play. I really do. I love watching Darlington Nagbe play. Did it start? Yes. For a second. 2 minutes in. I love watching Darlington Nagbe play. Wonderful footballer. Just silky smooth, even after all these years. Just wonderful. Jordan Morse of the Seattle Sounders. Plays it back. There's Reynoso. Reynoso in. To Driussi. Palacios. Cross. Header. Goal. Carlos Vela. Goal, MLS. Goal de Vela. Carlitos Vela. What a header. Palacios to Vela. The LAFC connection. Didn't that happen last year? Palacios assisted was it? He assisted a LAFC player. I think he did it again. Palacios. What a cross. Open header for Carlos Vela, and that's 1-0. That's the goal MLS wanted early, and they got it. 1-0 MLS. 1-0. Oh, what a header from Vela. What a header. I'll never celebrate a Carlos Vela goal that much ever again. I mean, okay, if he's in another All Star game, but, that was awesome. Like, I'll give that a hat tip. But if he's playing with a Toronto player, I'm not going to celebrate it because he stole a goal from one of my guys. So since not one of my guys is on the pitch, I'll celebrate it that heavily. But if one of my guys is on the pitch, next year, which they should be, whether it's Bernardeschi or Insigne starting with him, don't steal my guy's goal. But they ain't got to worry about that right now. Carlos Vela in the 3rd minute. MLS early on, up 1-0. And Nagbe is fouled. Well, that didn't take long. No. I told you, MLS needed to get that first goal. With what they have on the pitch right now, as long as you draw, you go to penalties. They needed to get that first goal. Last year, they didn't. This year, they put themselves in a position to be more likely to get that first goal if they pressed hard enough with the 11 they had to start off with. They're going to get subbed off before the half or after the half or at the half. Everything. It's going to be a major sub, and then around the 65th, 70th minute, there's going to be another major sub. Everybody has to play for both sides. So you knew MLS had to go for that, and luckily they got it. Of course. It's been that way for years. It's been that way since like 2010. It's been that way for a decade. MLS easily outpassed the Central American leagues long ago. Around 2010 to 2012, that's when they started being better than the Central American leagues. Now, of course, in Central America, it's a hard place to play. But now, sometimes it's still a shit show. But, that's football. Anything can happen. But I'd say they've been better than Central America for a decade, MLS. It's been Liga MX and MLS top two for a decade. I would say for a decade. So now MLS taking over Liga MX or getting so close to them where it's like this is a very recent development. That's more of a 2-year development. We saw the cracks in 2018, but over like the past 2 years, that's more of this decade's thing. We used the last decade to overtake the Central American leagues and get closer to Liga MX, but not be completely there. But at times, we could spring upsets on them like Central American teams sprung on us. Now it's very close. But by the end of this decade, MLS will be better. If not by 2025, surely by 2030, MLS will be better than Liga MX. With that being said, if not already, but is the ref wearing a camera on his chest? I think he is. I think they do have him mic'd up and camered up. Pretty much. Not much, just enjoying this match. Of course, MLS needs Mexicans. I mean, they're getting better treatment in MLS than they are Liga MX. If they want to actually go to Europe, we'll actually sell them. That should be a good thing for you. You should be happy that there's actually Mexicans in Liga M or MLS. You should be happy because they'll at least go to Europe. We'll actually sell them for what they're truly worth instead of putting like a $30 million price tag on their heads and say, pay that, Ajax, pay that, Anderlecht, pay that, Genk, pay that, Chelsea. Doesn't work. 7th minute, 1-0. You should be happy. It helps you. If they weren't in MLS, you'd probably be worse off. Accept it. That honestly, you need MLS. And honestly, sending your players to MLS wouldn't be horrible because they will go to Europe. And what does that help the selection? That helps LT. And that's a foul. Yeah, free kick for Liga MX. That was just bad. That was just bad foul by Palacios. Quiñones gets fouled. True. Yeah, you got a point. True, it's now South Americans and not really aging European players, but definitely offside. Still ends up in a free kick anyway. For MLS, though. MLS ball, yep. I thought that was a foul. That was a tough tackle, though. Got to be careful. But it's MLS Liga MX. I'll probably let him play, considering the rivalry. Nice. Palacios, the assist man. Vela, the goal scorer. What up, Diogo? It's Qatar and Uruguay. Qatar, Uruguay in September. Yep. Uruguay. Qatar and Uruguay. Qatar and Uruguay. Yep. There we go. That's better. Don't sound like a gringo. Can't do that. Nagbe. Again, I already praised Darlington Nagbe, but Darlington Nagbe, I love watching him play. He'll never play for TFC, but I liked watching Nagbe play for Portland. Ironically enough, I liked watching him play for Atlanta. I liked watching him still playing for the Crew. Nagbe is just a wonderful player. He's always been quality, always will be quality. He'll probably be quality at 50. I mean, he won't play till 50, but Jordan Morris. He could probably still have the quality he has at 50 years old. He can age like fine wine, the way Darlington Nagbe plays. Silky smooth. Defends well. Tough. I seriously think if he wanted to, he could play to 50 and still be great. That's just my guess. 10th minute. Here's Reynoso for the corner. Cross in. Header, and that'll be cleared. But Nagbe brings it back to Reynoso. Could there be another cross? Oh, Reynoso just juked him out of his jock. Header! And Kamal Miller can't get the touch to it. Oh, my. Honestly, probably. He could probably be good as a skeleton. I feel like Liga MX could have a better team. MLS has Vela and Chicha starting not fair. I mean, I agree, but I agree. Are the MLS white and black practice jerseys sort of just like the Parley kits? It kind of seems like they are. Still like Nagbe. I met him when he was on the Timbers. One of the most humble guys ever. Nice. Seems like a cool guy as well, Darlington Nagbe. So, cool guy, great footballer. I'd say he's probably one of my favorites outside of Toronto. Always has been, always will be. Liga MX attacking. That's through. Header over the bar. I think that was Furch. I mean, yeah, he's the tall dude in the front. Yeah, it's Furch. I didn't even need to question. It was Julio Furch. Mr. 7 feet tall. Nagbe isn't a flashy player. He doesn't score many goals, but he can tear you apart with pinpoint touches and passing the midfield. Oh, my goodness. MLS saw Liga MX blueprints and are signing more South Americans and Mexicans. I could see the improvement. I agree with that. Will you extensively cover the World Cup? Yes. Now, the group stages will probably be, I'll do a live and RSR. Now, Canada games will both be live and RSR double days for that match. But I will be covering a CONCACAF match in every group every day. But there will be another match I cover that isn't the CONCACAF match. Depending on what comes first, that'll be the live. The second match will be the RSR. Or maybe I go live for both and then review the second. But I'll extensively review the World Cup. Don't worry. Nagbe just gets the job done. I agree. I think it'll take longer for MLS to surpass Liga MX. They're right there, though. Here's the thing. MLS is right there. If they're not surpassed, if they do not surpass by the 2026 World Cup, I will say that. They'll surpass Liga MX by 2030. They should be surpassed before the 2026 World Cup. Jordan Morris is all the way back, and it gets to Andre Blake, be a goal kick. Morris being all the way back there, not great. 13th minute. This game's been action-packed already. Scrappy, action-packed. 1-0 lead for MLS. Ryan's Sports Reviews. It's just the shorthand. Yes, there's also a Porsche car. Yes, there is. But I'd rather have a Bugatti anyway. What color is your Bugatti? I mean, then again, if I'm rich enough, I'd still want a Bugatti, a Lambo, and a Ferrari before I ever got a Porsche. I will. Don't worry. CONCACAF first. Don't worry. I got it. I want a gold Bugatti like Tate. That was kind of like red gold. What he got for that Bugatti Chiron, that like red gold. Yeah. Yeah, that strawberry gold, that amber gold, whatever that was. I like that. I agree with that. I could go full red, but knowing me, I probably would. But maybe a little bit redder instead of amberish. It would be more red, but more on the red side. But you could still see the gold flake or whatever. The shine. I don't know. If it was me. I think they were color customized. The Chirons. Bugatti Chirons. If MLS surpasses Liga MX by 2026, do you think that Liga MX will try to surpass MLS again? Here's the thing. No. the thing about Liga MX is they're content with what they are. And as long as they still, if they're not getting dominated like MLS was in the CCL all those years, they'll still think they're on the same level. There's going to be moments where Liga MX wins the CCL again. When MLS starts winning CCL more than the Seattle time, Liga MX will still win. Football could go either way. I'm not saying MLS is going to start dominating Mexico like Mexico dominated MLS for all those years. It's not going to happen. It's going to be more even, I would say. I don't think that'll take a while. I don't think dominating. And that's the thing that's going to keep Liga MX thinking they're right on the same level instead of past. But talent levels, I guarantee you when Mexico does win, it's going to be some stuff where it's like, yeah, but the MLS team could have easily won that CCL or won that Leagues Cup. Or it wouldn't be like utter domination. It'd be like Reynoso crosses in, header off the free kick, falls to Araujo. Araujo played in, header away. Kamal Miller puts it past the post. Kamal Miller of CF Montreal puts it past the post. 17th minute. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Super chats are on. What about that Barca game? Kamal Miller just over and a little bit to the right, I think. A little bit wide. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the way MLS is performing right now. They're very good right now. I say by 2025. I say 3 years from now. Or eventually start dominating is what you're saying. It'll be in my lifetime. Like dominating to where they just win every year. 2040. 2036, 2040. I agree. Probably by the time I'm 40. MLS will start dominating Liga MX. I don't think dominating where they win every year. I'd say about 2040. I don't think Liga MX is going to realize they need to build back until they're getting dominated every year. And they'd have to take about 5 years to get dominated. So and Liga MX would only really start building back to what they try to build back to what they used to be by about 2045. So by the time I'm like 70, it'll probably be like an even playing field again. It's all cyclical. Do I think Liga MX is ever going to dominate MLS again? No. I don't think it's ever going to get back to that. But header save by Andre Blake. I'm going to make this prediction. Whenever, by the time my human life is over, whether it's I'm just dead or I'm in a robot body, depends. MLS will have an equal amount of CCLs to Liga MX. I'm going to call that right now. I'm calling it right now. Well, no. Nah, they'll probably, well, I don't know about equal. They'll either be leading or slightly, whatever. The Liga MX direct TiVos are extremely corrupt, and that's your problem. That's your problem. They're fine with where they are right now. As long as they're making money, they really couldn't give a shit. As long as there's a sign of, hey, things are going okay. It's not the best, but things are going okay. We're not completely shit. They'll keep going. Like, seriously, there has to be some sort of, how do I put this? There has to be some sort of riot, not riot, but mutiny between the Mexican fans and the FMF and the DirecTVos for anything to change. Oh, past the post. It rolls past the post. Cross in and it rolls past the post from Escobar. Our defense getting cooked, not going to lie, but we still got the first goal. Yeah, MLS is definitely bending but not breaking. And even then, it's like, you know how you bend a pipe, like a gray plastic pipe, and it just goes white when you start to bend it before it breaks? Something like that. Like you could tell it's like giving, but it's not giving yet. That's what MLS defense is like. Kind of like that. It's like, sort of. Like it's really flexible plastic, but it's, like you break it just like, or you're trying to bend one of those plastic coat hangers and break it. Whatever. Point is, that's what MLS defense is like. Can't bend metal because you're not Bender. Nagbe at the 6. No. I will not take Darlington Nagbe slander on this channel. Darlington Nagbe is a very smooth, great player. One of my non-Toronto favorite players is Darlington Nagbe. I will not take any Darlington Nagbe slander on this channel. It should be East versus West. Oh, so that's who the Santa Claus-looking guy was when they were shaking hands. The owner of Minnesota United? Okay. All right. It should be East versus West. No, it should not. It should not be. He's great, but he's not a 6. I'd say he's more of an 8. He's more of an 8. Sort of an N'Golo Kante type player than a 6. I agree. But he can play 6 if he needs to. Doesn't help you have Kamal Miller at the back. You put Montreal players at the back line, you're going to have a bad time. He's been good all season, but I had to take a shot at Montreal. I had to. What's it equivalent of the NBA dunk contest and the MLS All Star Game? They just did it last night, the MLS All Star Skills Competition. That's their home run derby. That's their dunk contest. Just happened last night. Lol. Liga MX is better than MLS, far better. Carlos Vela gets dispossessed. They call a foul. All right, 22nd minute. Yeah. I'm scared for when we have to sub in Aaron Long. Now, I would have totally... Aaron Long is a good center back. Maybe I'm still living in 2018 with that assessment, but Aaron Long is still a good center back. And I would have gladly seen Toronto trade for him until Lucas McNaughton became a dog. Lucas McNaughton got that dog in him. He's a rookie of the year for TFC at least. They're not going to give a defender rookie of the year. But for Toronto, though. Another L came out today that Klein chose Douglas Costa instead of Gareth Bale. Klein needs to get slapped. Jesus, he's horrible. Honestly, you'd probably be better off with somebody like Ali Curtis. No, I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish that on Montreal. I mean, hell, they got Saputo. Actually, no, I wouldn't. MLS Skills Challenge needs a free kick competition. I agree, but they also need to bring back goalie wars or actually put goalie wars on TV. Add a free kick competition. Add a goalie wars on TV. There you go. With everything else. Oh, and a penalty competition, but not a regular penalty competition. Run-up penalties. Make the run-up penalties a competition. A run-up penalty shootout. Save by Andre Blake. Save an MLS as soon as he should, as what you would expect him to do. Add the free kicks, add the run-up penalties, and add goalie wars. That's what they need to do next year. I'm calling it right now. Do it. Free kick comp would be like a 3-point shootout. I agree. Run-up pen shootout would be sick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And a Toronto player probably wouldn't choke on it. I don't think so. No, Oso would still find a way. Oso would still find a way to choke. But Insigne, no. Bernardeschi, no. Oso would never be in the skills competition. I love Oso, but they would never. Now, if it came around to like 2015, maybe. Oso's like a Pat Bev level player. Like, he's good, but he would never be in a skills competition. Maybe he'll be in the All Star game, but he'll never be in the skills competition. Just like Pat Bev will never be in a three-point or a dunk contest or a skills comp. He would never. Pat Bev is a good player. But could be an all-star player, all-star game player. Osorio would hit the ball to the moon. I agree. Stutter step. Every time I see him do the stutter step, I just expect the worst. Stutter steps never work, but especially for Oso. I don't know why. 26 minutes, still 1-0, 1-0. Let's see. I'm making a prediction. MLS and La Liga MX will be the two best leagues in the world in 20 years. MLS will be the new Premier League, and Liga MX will be the new La Liga. I love that prediction. I'll be like, I told you so. I told you so years ago. I might be a crazy bastard, but I was on to something. This is why the LA Galaxy are finished. Yeah. And then having the shiny new toy in LA, not good. What was that, Juicy? That's like the first bad touch I've ever seen him have. Played and lost 3-1 in the quarterfinals of a worthless cup, but it still hurts. I cried. If you were playing and y'all wanted to win, I don't care if it's a Molero Cup. It is what it is. I'm not judging you at all. I'm not judging you at all. Oh, hey, Randy, where are you? He just showed up. Free kick comp. Yeah, I agree. Part of a skill challenge, I'd like a bin and the player have to chip in those bins for points. Pazuello would have been perfect at that. He would have been perfect at that. Oso would have hit the ball to the moon. Check my comment. Pat Bev is a dog for going on ESPN after CP3 got eliminated. Oh, yeah, he did. That was savage, yes. That was savage. And Shannon Sharp also is a big fan of Pat Bev. As far as I know from watching Undisputed during CCL times. Shannon Sharp loves Pat Bev. I won't question it. We'll go over to stadium. Probably. Watching Palmeiras versus Mineiro in Copa Libertadores playoff 2-2 Global near in halftime. Ooh, that looks like a good game. It's not the All Star game, though. Cross in. Palacios. That's a corner. MLS, you're worrying me. They got the first goal, now they're just parking the bus. Like, bend but don't break. You're really going to pay for that, aren't you? And into the street. Yep. If there was a tackle challenge or test of speed, Diego or Jimmy Chara would win it. I agree. Michael Bradley would not, though. I can tell you that much. I wouldn't even want to see him try. I wouldn't even want to see him try. That'd be embarrassing. Secondhand. I can't even root for him because I know he'd be shit. Oh, they're going to make some subs at the 30th, I guess. All right. LAFC will win a title before LA Galaxy win their 6th. Yeah, I agree. It's the inevitable I don't want to admit, but yeah, I agree. Not the part of LAFC winning a title before the Galaxy 6th. I just don't want to see that LAFC win a title. It's like PSG. Man City already has Premier League titles, but I guess Man City in the Champions League and PSG in the Champions League. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I think it'd make me sick, especially if it was against a team I liked. But even if it was like a team that I barely gave a shit about versus Man City or PSG, and it was like Dortmund, like I didn't hate, but didn't give a shit about. Hell, if it was Tottenham versus PSG, I'd root for Tottenham. I know, that's crazy. Sorry, prediction, folks, but MLS and Liga MX will never surpass Brazilian and Argentinian leagues. And when MLS surpasses Liga MX, put us in Libertadores, we'll prove you wrong. I'll go to Toronto versus River. Both legs. Fuck it. Both legs. Dane St. Clair is coming on. Paul Arriola is coming on. And Hani Mukhtar is coming on for MLS. Juan Dineno. I think Juan Dineno is coming on. Rebel, it's your guy. Real Madrid, of course they were going to win the Super Cup. That was not a shock. That's not a shock. It was always going to happen that way. Rafael Santos Borre didn't even show up. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't sign him. But sort of expected. Vela's off. Driussi is off. Let's add a crossing challenge to the skills competition. That's pretty much cross and volley, though. Like, just crossing like you're hitting coffin corner punts in Madden, sort of. Is that what you're talking about? Like, but they have the cross and volley challenge, so technically they already have a cross challenge. Fastest goal in MLS All Star Game since 2010 for Carlos Vela, the third-minute goal that still has MLS in the lead, even though they're bending but not breaking. Mukhtar in for Driussi for MLS. Arriola on for Vela. Paul Arriola on for Vela. Dane St. Clair on for Andre Blake. They'll be subbed at the half, and there's probably like 3 more at 60 probably. That's what's going to be. In Mexico, Liga MX made a couple of subs. Palacios for a free kick. Please don't break NYCFC's hearts. Sorry, if Toronto's in the playoffs and we face you, we'll probably break your hearts. Juan Dineno is on. I'm just saying. I hate to say it, but it's true. It's just like 2019. Better get knocked out before you get to us. That's all I'm going to say. Cross from a wing into a box. So basically, Pat Bev might join the Lakers. I'm not shocked. LeBron's trying to find that last ride LA team, ain't he? MLS has been the better team so far. More like they're bending but not breaking, and they scored an early goal. Oscar Ustari is in for Camilo Vargas in goal for Liga MX. Juan Dineno on for Julio Furch. We just played against Barca, Juan Dineno. It's only 2 subs? Yeah, only 2 subs. It's going to happen. We have the economy to do it. All our top leagues in the USA are more expensive than the top 5 leagues in Europe. MLB is more expensive than EPL and La Liga put together. Yeah, true. It's just me, or was the crossbar challenge kind of lame? It wasn't as good as the last 2 times. No, you're right. You're right. Replace it with a run-up penalties. Like the crossbar challenge, I think the novelty's worn off. Like the time Nani did it, it was the first one, the first skills challenge. That was cool. Then COVID happened. The next time we saw it was 2 years later in 2021. It ended a cool way. And then this time it sort of wore off since it was like just a year. Hell, probably less. Like it wasn't even a full year. Because, of course, the season was later. I think the All-Star Game was like, what, in September last year? Late August, early September instead of early August. MLS has a chance here. Mukhtar can't get back to the ball. Tried. Bradley wouldn't even be able to make a tackle. Yeah, probably. Someone tagged me and didn't get a yellow or red card, but when I do it, I get a red card through my water ball, screaming at the ref and just left, went up to the stands and saw them lose. Damn. Damn, that sucks. Must have been freaking Baldomero Toledo refereeing your match. Shot saved by Dane St. Clair, the hometown goalkeeper. Well, he plays for him. He's from Toronto, but he plays for him. For Minnesota, so it counts. But, yeah. Bad referee. You got screwed. Must have been on the take. Barcelona had to give up 2 more players today. Just keep flipping those levers. My Cale Makar jersey with the Stanley Cup Champions patch, it came. Nice. The home jersey, the burgundy, nice. Congratulations to the the Avalanche, by the way. It should have been a Kadri jersey, but okay. Makar's a good pick, though. Cale Makar's a good pick. Surprised it's not McKinnon. But I guess you already have a McKinnon jersey. Rantanen. Not bad. I mean, Kadri is a free agent, so, yeah. Semifinals. I mean, hell, Tigres got to the final. So, MLS could get to the finals if they wanted to, but at least the semis. Depends on the draw. Yeah, I agree. We got 15. Let's go. St. Clair. Going to Broncos training camp tomorrow. Went Friday and got a high five from Russ. Ah, nice. Broncos country. Let's ride. That cornball would do that, wouldn't he? I mean, he's a good quarterback, don't get me wrong, but he's still a cornball. He would. And then he got, okay, all right. Still a good quarterback, though. Basically a Peyton Manning situation again, but okay. I can't wait to see another Brady versus Wilson Super Bowl. Wilson playing the team that Brady's had probably the least success against, trying to get revenge for Super Bowl 49, and Tom Brady playing in the other conference. The storylines. Because I would say Tom Brady against the Broncos, they've always given him hell. Peyton Manning, of course, even when, Jake Plummer was there. That's the first team he lost to in the playoff. Mukhtar. Ariola, 38th minute. If you beat NYCFC, you guys play him in the playoffs. Yeah, I agree. Oh, look, they're putting over the Wrexham documentary on FX with Reynolds and McElhaney. Not exactly. Oh, interesting. I don't know if that helps him or not. That's a save by Ustadi. I don't like it. Do you think Mexico's now the national team version of León and the Toronto Maple Leafs? No, because you have to have a history of choking. Mexico used to be good. And it hasn't been long enough to have that history. Cruz Azul used to be the Maple Leafs in Mexico, but then León did what they do in the Champions League. I gave them that name. Mexico, they have to suck for at least about 6 more years and keep doing what they've been doing for 6 more years, like 2 more cycles, and then maybe I'll consider that. But it's kind of hard. He looks okay. I'll get McKinnon, then Landeskog, then Nikushin, and Rantanen. Okay. There's been trade talks on SDP Rantanen for Marner. Just talking about what would work. Why are you getting my hopes up? Free kick for Liga MX. Why are you getting my hopes up? I would love that trade, Rantanen for Marner. I don't know if Isaiah would. I don't know. Or Rapid Water. Yeah. I would love that trade, though. I would love to have Rantanen in Toronto. I'm still not a Marner guy. He didn't suck in the playoffs, but we still lost. I can't make him the scapegoat, but still not that big of a Marner fan. He wasn't the problem, but I'm still not that big of a Marner fan. Everybody showed up, but Rantanen's still better. 40th minute. Talking about what will work. Eliki reported that Vahid Halihodzic is officially sacked, so Ziyech will be in Qatar. Nice. If I'm going to get McKinnon, I'm getting White since I like those blue numbers on the back. It comes the icy blue patch, A patch on the front. Yeah, those blue numbers. I love how the Avalanche did that. Is Marner even good? In the regular season, yes. In the playoffs, he normally doesn't show up. He did this year. No, he normally doesn't, though. But in the regular season, he scores a lot of points, assists, and goals. And with the Avalanche, he'd do the same. I mean, hell, McKinnon, Makar, a lot of points. Landeskog, yeah, a lot of points. But in the playoffs, he'll probably hot again. Regular season merchant. Regular season merchant. What do you think about the fact Mexico will not participate in any major tournaments after the 2022 World Cup besides Gold Cup, Nations League, and 2026 World Cup? This is how you fall completely. That's out for W goal kick, 41st minute, 1-0, 1-0. That's how Mexico, that's exactly how the U.S. started falling, had their worst times. They did go to the Olympics. They didn't go to Pan American Games. They didn't go to the Confederations Cup. They didn't go to the World Cup. But the only thing to save in Mexico is they're automatically qualifying for 2026. So it's probably not a good thing. It'll probably just mean Mexico falls back even more if they're not in any major tournaments. You need the Olympics. You need Pan American Games. You need, well, there's no Confederations Cup, but you get the point. Marner's a good player. Didn't show up this year. Got demoted to second line. Who was hot? Okay. Simple. With that being said, MLS still not breaking. They're bending like the Patriots defense circa 2011. Speaking of Patriots teams who have had history with the Broncos. Oh, no, Tim Tebow got his ass kicked that year. I mean, I agree with you. I'd rather be close. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Liga MX, I saw like a store in LA, like on TikTok, that has like all these Liga MX shirts. "43rd minute. Jordan Morris can't get that cross. That'll be for Ustadi. Wolff got a second base. A double, not a home run. You're in Colorado. Hit a home run. Yeah, probably. I think so. Hell, they already are. Haters. Header, save, Dane St. Clair. Rebound, blocked away by Kamal Miller. Again, bend but don't break. The Canadian connection. Lovely. Ball crossed in, header. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Oh! Mukhtar jumps in, can't get it. Walker Zimmerman shot right to Dane St. Clair. That was a great save. How popular do you think football become in the U.S. if the U.S. somehow won the World Cup this year? Oh, very, very popular. It'd probably become the second biggest sport. MLB would absolutely fall behind MLS. I guarantee you, over the next season. Next season, MLS versus MLB, MLS is going to have better ratings. NFL is still going to be bigger. College football is still going to be bigger. There is no way MLS ever gets better than that, depending on the conference. Now, SEC and Big Ten, no, MLS will never get bigger than that. Big 12, that's up in the air. Pac-12, oh, it will. Don't worry. ACC, if Clemson leaves, definitely. I mean, hell, if SEC picks Clemson and NC State and what they want to do there for a super conference, oh, ACC going to be dead too. I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying, But the SEC would never be overtaken by MLS. The Big Ten never will. The Big 12, that's up in the air. I say CCL is necessary. Pac-12's already dead. ACC is about to be dead in 2 years. So you want Colorado to go back to the Big 12 where you should be? Anything that's honestly at this point, by the time 2025 rolls around, anything that's not the SEC or the Big 10, and I'd say the Big 12, that's dead. Nobody should care. Nobody should care. Gladly, I don't have to worry about that because my team is always going to be in the SEC. I was always there and will always be there. I love the SEC. It just means more. It always did and it always will. Plays through, saved by Ustadi, a minute left. Canadian League already surpassed all the Central American leagues, exactly. And Pacific will prove when they get to the semifinals against Alajuelense that is the truth. Now, Alajuelense is Alajuelense. I don't know how that goes. I'm going to say it's close, but even though Pacific's losing Wero Diaz, but, they still got a good player. Got good players. Colorado should go back to the Big 12. Pac-12 won't have more revenue than the Big 12 once both LA schools and Oregon leave. That'll be over. 30 seconds to go. That's definitely a fail. Washington might move to the Big 10 as well. Yeah. But we're in a semifinal, another competition. Our main rivals, we always win at their stadium. We always win at our state. They always win at our stadium. We played in their stadium 2-0. God help us. How about history will change? Some will happen where you win over in your stadium. Some miracle. That's halftime, 1-0, trust me. So things always change. Things always swing the other way. The pendulum always swings back. Trust me. 1-0 at halftime. 1-0 MLS. 1-0 MLS. Carlos Vela with an early third-minute goal. They needed that goal. All I'm going to say is Georgia, Mississippi State, see you at the SEC Championship in December, on December 3rd. See you then. See you then. And we'll kick your ass. We're going to the college football playoff. We're going to the national championship. I feel it in my bones. I don't know why, but I do. Mississippi State's going all the way this year. I don't know why. I feel it in my bones. I'm doing it again, am I? Damn it, Dak Prescott. Why'd you have to take us to number 1 back in 2014? That one time. It's all your fault that I believe State could actually win something. Made us relevant. Damn it. Oh, with that being said. You'll win the trophy, don't worry. Well, I mean, they cared more about the Olympic sports, and guess what happened? The teams that were more football-oriented left. They got what they deserved, they were asking for. Not all the Pac-8 teams will be taken, only Colorado, Utah, maybe the Arizona schools. Oh, yeah, State's going to Arizona to play Arizona in week 2 this year. I hope that ends well. We're lurking in the shadows. The air raid sirens are sounding. The air raid sirens are sounding. And you don't know where you're hearing them from, but you're hearing them. The sirens are sounding. An all-out aerial attack is coming down on all your SEC teams' asses. And Arizona, too. And Bowling Green, too. Maybe for like a couple of years. But Bear Bryant left. Alabama was still good. Then they crumbled. Then Nick Saban came over and Alabama's good again. They'll find somebody. Lane Kiffin. Somebody Nick Saban rehabilitated to become a good coach. Bill O'Brien. Not Nick Saban. Bill O'Brien. Lane Kiffin. Maybe Steve Sarkisian if Texas doesn't work out. He's got about 5 years to wait, but, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Don't worry, Alabama. Nah, I don't think they'll crumble. I mean, hell, they said that when Bear Bryant left. How do you know? I know my history. We'll take a short break at halftime, talk about the stats, and we'll get back to the comments. I'll answer that. I'll answer this, and we'll go. When it comes to De Jong, I can't believe Chelsea want him. It seems like they could get him, and I think they may get him. Good for Barca. Good for us. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Natty was... Oh, wait. No, that would be 1 versus 4. No. So you're saying State loses the 1 versus 4 game against Alabama. Okay, I wouldn't be mad about that. Probably. With that being said, De Jong going to Chelsea, I'd be happy about it. Helps Barca, helps Chelsea. It's only right we take a player from them after they stole all our targets this summer. It's only right. So, only fair. So we'll take a short break, talk about the stats of the half, and watch the second half. Sit tight. Second half stats. Second half stats. Here we go. 55.3% possession to 44.45% possession. Honestly, didn't expect to see that. 3 shots to 10. Expected that. 1 shot on goal to 5. Expected that. 1 block shot to 1. 273 total passes. 214. 86% pass accuracy to 86. 1 corner to 4. 6 crosses to 9. 0 offside to 9. 26 duels, 1 to 26. 6 tackles, 1 to 8. 5 saves to 0. 12 clearances to 4. 5 fouls to 11. 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. Pretty much letting them play. It's 1-0 MLS at the half. And then they've pretty much just bent but don't break. Pretty much. Comes to the first half. Pretty much when it comes to the defense. But with that being said, though, MLS scored the early goal, did well there, score that, the first 45, did well to score that, and then Liga MX has had the better offensive chances for the rest of the half. MLS, bend but don't break defense, the level of the 2011 Patriots, pretty much. Haven't allowed a goal, some good saves, both from Andre Blake and Dane St. Clair in goal. 2 good saves, or multiple good saves each for both keepers. Liga MX has tried to find a goal. They haven't got it yet defensively. They haven't really been tested since the Vela goal, the first goal. But with that being said, Liga MX is the better team right now, just barely. I'd say just barely. MLS has done good enough defensively to hold on. But in the first half, they got a goal. They've held on. They got the goal they needed before the half, getting that first goal. And they've basically just held on since. I don't like the fact the defense have put shocks and chills down our spine yet. But, hey, that's the way they play. That's the way it's played. It's the way it's played. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Have some fun with it. And we'll read some comments, and then we'll get to the second half. So, all right. Having KFC for dinner tonight. That's good. I had Taco Bell. So, I have some mac and cheese. A mac and cheese bowl later. So, if you want to know. 3 tacos and a nachos. Bel Grande. Fun. Free Dan Mullen. He's a snake. Dan Mullen is a snake. He could GFY. Screw it. Dan Mullen can go fuck himself. He's a snake. Lied to his own players and then went to Florida 2 days later. Nick Fitzgerald breaks his ankle. They go in for halftime, says, I'm never leaving Mississippi State. Bullshit. 2 days later, he goes to Florida. Snake. He got what he deserved. Mike Leach would never. Hell, even Joe Moorhead would never. He may have sucked, but he always wanted to be at State. He said, you'll have to drag my Yankee ass out of here. And then they did. But even he wouldn't have done it. And Mike Leach, he wouldn't leave State like that unless they fired him. He builds programs anyway. Dan Mullen is a snake. He got what he deserved at Florida. Sadly enough, we could have got Billy Napier instead of Joe Moorhead or Mike Leach. But, you know, them's the breaks. One time we played Trenton, and they were the best team, so the team was doubting, and I stepped up, told we can win because we're the toughest team ever. Vamos, we won 1-0. Do it again, then. When I mean toughest team, I mean in defense. Do it again. Oye, Ryan, para ti, ¿cuál es mejor liga, MLS o MX? MLS. Mejor. MLS es mejor liga. Mississippi State, watch out for those Clemson Tigers. Go Tigers. Oh, really? You think Dabo Swinney gonna beat the air raid? You're out of your mind. DJ Ugalele, or however you say his name, he ain't a good quarterback. He sucks. Trevor Lawrence is the best you'll ever have it, and Dabo Swinney's a fraud and a jackass, but he's a fraud too. Clemson is not what they used to be. It's not going to get much better than last year, let me tell you. NC State is hunting Clemson down. NC State. Then why'd you fall off so hard last year? That's what I thought. I don't care if you have the best defense in the country. Nobody's ready for the air raid. When Will Rogers is dropping bombs on you to Emmanuel Forbes, Jaden Wally, Austin Williams, over the top, all the time. You ain't stopping it. You ain't stopping it. I don't care how good your defense is. That's because we had no kickers. If we had a kicker, we would have won that Arkansas game. We had no kickers. If we pulled somebody off the street, it'd be better than what we had. Hell, if Mike Leach actually kicked, it would have been better than what we had. We had no kickers. Hell, if we somehow pulled... I don't have one. I don't have one. Does Matthews deserve the Hart Trophy? Yes. He was the best player last season. He He deserves it. He was the MVP. 50 goal. Like what? 56 goal? Damn near scored a goal a game. No, wait, no. 0.5 goals per game. I was thinking about the last season. But Matthews scored a lot of goals. He deserved it. Brendan Gallagher jersey. Is he even in Montreal anymore? I could have sworn. Maybe he was hurt. Yeah, I could have sworn. I could have sworn. That's Alabama. And he's still playing. When it comes to Mississippi State, I'll shit talk anybody but Bama. I know that's not what even if we were undefeated going into Bama, and I was right, that State would be undefeated going into the Bama game, I would not say we want Bama. I would not do any of that. Because I know we're probably losing to Bama. No matter how good we are, if we're undefeated or only one loss, we're losing to Bama. I think it's in Tuscaloosa, right? Yeah, no. We're screwed. Tuscaloosa, we're screwed. Chick-fil-A got the best fast food mac and cheese. I agree. Yeah. Just like KFC got the best mashed potatoes. Fast food. So, full subs. Jesus Ferreira, DeAndre Yedlin, Carles Hill, Brandon Vasquez. Koivu. Jacob Glenez on. Mukhtar, Elie Sanchez, Kyle Wagner, and Aaron Long. There's Aaron Long. There's Aaron Long. Start clenching. Yeah, I agree. All of it would be. I was just using that as a catch-all. Start clenching. Start clenching. Tumble 22 is good mac and cheese. I don't even know what Tumble 22 is. Ariel Antuna coming on. Alexis Vega come on. Luis Reyes. Dineno still on. So there's going to be like 3 subs around the 70th minute, and that'll be it. Then the shootout's the shootout. Glida. They always set it up this way. Here we go. Barca jersey at an MLS All Star Game. This is the European versus MLS version. Get it right. Get it right. 45 more minutes to go. Yeah. I mean, I think he's still a good defender. The world would explode. And I don't know where I don't know. I'd probably just wear a suit because I don't know where I'm rooting for. I don't know who I'd be rooting for there. I'd probably just wear the suit for that reason. Yeah, it's a CONCACAF final, but outside looking in, the world would probably explode. It's 1-0 MLS. 1-0. If Mexico versus USA is the World Cup final, the Large Hadron Collider is a problem. Dane St. Clair, DeAndre Yedlin, Ilie, Carles Gil, Paul Arriola, Brandon Vasquez, Jesus Ferreira, Jacob Glenez, Kyle Wagner, Aaron Long, Hani Mukhtar, the current 11 right now. I mean, I'd gladly have Aaron Long. Nah, I wouldn't do a half and half. I'm not that scummy. No. I'll never wear a half and half kit. No. Not even if Tom Brady got inducted into the Hall of Fame and I went to Canton to see it, would I wear a half and half Patriots jersey and a Bucks jersey. I would wear a Patriots Tom Brady jersey. Point is, I'll never wear a half and half scarf or jersey. That is just, no, it's not. No. No. Point is, half and half, no, not even once. 46 minute, not even once. Besides, to buy a jersey, then to cut them in half and then sew them together to make them half and half, and the sew wouldn't even be clean. Shit, that'd be dumb. DeAndre Yedlin, what are you doing? Bertarame is on for Liga MX. I don't even know. He must be new, like brand spanking new. But legitimately, I would definitely try to go to Canton whenever Brady gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. So about 10 years from now. Canada beats Costa Rica, or no? I still think Canada beats USA. Mexico beats Costa Rica. Canada, Mexico final. If that was the case. Now I have to look at the lineup. I have to look at the bracket. No, that would make sense. One would be on the other side from the U.S. Mexico. One would be on the other side. One from Canada would be on the other side. One from Costa Rica. Yeah, That actually sounds about right. U.S. will probably win their group. At some point, by the time I get to that, he'll either be a Avalanche legend. There's a lot of jerseys I want, but I would like to. Let's put it like that. 49th minute. The Bucks are not winning the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, the Super Bowl is going to be Bills versus Bucks, and Josh Allen leads the Bills to glory. Do you not notice how Tom Brady is the Bills' daddy? He will forever be the Buffalo. Or I guess Buffalo breaks the curse by beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. The one time it legitimately, truly mattered. The biggest time. Nah, that wouldn't happen. I can't even believe that happening. Tom Brady whips the Bills' ass in their fifth ever Super Bowl, and they haven't won one. As it should be. As it should be. I agree. Mahomes is overrated. You know what's funny? His family legitimately made me. His brother and his wife legitimately made me hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate him because of them. I hate Patrick Mahomes because of Jackson and his wife. I know that's his high school sweetheart. He don't have the balls to tell her to settle down or tell them both to settle down, but you want to be supported? Settle down. And I mean, the Chiefs, around him. But it's really just them. Mahomes is overrated anyway. Not a bad trade. Honestly, that's not a bad trade. I mean, you still shouldn't be taking vape cartridges to Russia and trying that law, but okay. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, but it's still not a bad trade. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, but, not a bad trade. Vargas in goal. Alvarez, Eric Lita. Oh, they already showed it. Overrated. Aaron Rodgers is a fraud. We're here first. Overrated. Fraud. Oh, they mic'd up Adrian Heath. MLS shot! Mukhtar. 51st minute. Oh, that was bad. Thank you, RBI. You're right. Thank you. You're right. He's a fraud. This man's like, I went on DMT ayahuasca and I won MVP twice. I had my 2 best seasons. I won MVP because I took ayahuasca. This man. I mean, if it works for you, fine, but DMT. Exactly. Been doing it since he won the Super Bowl. Exactly. Jimmy G owned him, and it was a beautiful sight. I still stand Jimmy Garoppolo like it's 2017. I don't care. As in, Bucks trade for Jimmy so he can overtake Tom Brady. That's how I still care about the Buccaneers when Brady retires. Jimmy Garoppolo is Tom Brady's heir in Tampa Bay. As it should have been in New England. I'm still a Garoppolo stan. I mean, if I had, I don't have the $1.2 million. If I had, the $20 million to take out of that, yeah, I would. But I'm not Tate rich yet. Ask me in about 3 years. Or you're talking about TFC paying it off, because if it's a TFC, if it's talking about a TFC trade, yes. But if you're talking about personally, if I was Tate rich, yes, but I'm not Tate rich yet. I'll say underrated, though, in my opinion. Yep. Chokes against the Giants, never beat the Niners, Bucks, Seahawks, and also his worst statistical playoff choke of them all. Side netting, and MLS is still bending but not breaking. Rodgers is also a first Okay, like the TFC, no, I would take it. I would take it. You have to make that perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. Perfectly clear. Rodgers isn't a first half QB in the playoffs and starts shitty. That's why he chokes. I'd rather be a second half. Well, '54th minute. Rodgers also blames everyone but himself. Yeah, he does. Liga MX still attacking. Bertarame. Crosses in. That's a miss. Still attacking. MLS gets it back. Gets it back. MLS attacking. Carlos Heel attacking. Last year's MVP. Shouldn't have been. Now it's with the person who should have been last year's MVP, Honey Mukhtar. Brandon Vasquez. Cross shot. Goal! Goal! Paul Arriola. Paul Arriola is offside. Damn it. Paul Arriola's offside. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Paul Arriola was offside. That 2-0 would have been nice. Matt LaFleur might be actually... No, there's no Toronto players. Because half our season was shit with the youngins. The only way... I guarantee you, if Insigne didn't have to pull out of the skills competition with a family emergency, if he was at the skills competition, he would end up playing in the All Star Game anyway. I would have told you that. But I would have guaranteed you that. But he had to pull out of the skills competition, and they didn't replace him with Bernardeschi or Grigito, so no Toronto players. Next year, though, we'll have like 3 players in the starting 11. Next year. Don't worry. Next year. Probably Bernardeschi, Insigne, and... Oh, here's Arriola, and right to Stoddy. He fell off. He fell off a cliff. Scored enough goals to keep us afloat, and then hasn't done nothing since. Maybe we do need Belotti. Or an actual a DP striker. I'm sure he'll get back on the bike. I'm sure he'll score some more goals. I don't want to write him off, but he can make some out of nothing, so I can't write him off. But maybe he's more of a backup, and we need an actual DP striker. I really need to see him score at least 4 goals in the last 4 or 5 goals in the last 9 games, and like 2 in the playoffs, and I won't write him off. He was still up there in the Golden Boot race till 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, can't complain about it, but I'd still put him at least second tier on the pyramid next year, probably. Offside. King of Complaining's Bruce Arena. Roger Bicycle. 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 Vasquez was half of a step offside. Yeah, I think so. Blue Jays got postponed today. Things keep getting shitty. Orals, doubleheader September 5th. Oh, that's foul. Free kick in the 57th minute. MLS still bending but not breaking. I have to respect it. I feel like this game, if Liga MX scores, it'll end up going to penalties. I don't think they score 2 goals. Am I crazy to say they may have scripted this shit to go to penalties? Am I crazy or am I just... No, I agree. I think they should have... I think the Avalanche switching to that light blue, the pants and the numbering was a lot better. It fits a lot better. I like it. Avalanche with a black numbering, black pants. Yeah, no. I like the blue numbering. I like the blue pants. It fits a lot better. I think it fits the look a lot better. Black, using black for black's sake. Let's put it like that. Using black for black's sake, never. I don't like it. I don't like it. especially if a color works better than black would, like a powder blue. Now, if the team's color scheme has black, doesn't break that rule, but Avalanche really doesn't, except maybe an outline. I mean, it's like what, a quaternary color or something? I don't know. It's not even a tertiary. Should always been powder blue. Yeah, me too. Over the bar. That'll be a goal kick for Dane St. Clair. About 10 minutes away from our next changes, probably, and our last changes. If MLS need to put Sean Johnson in, he could take it over without goals. He'll come in. He's the third. I guarantee you that's why they saved him till third. Blake starts, makes a lot of saves. Whatever Dane St. Clair does, he does. And then Sean Johnson to close it out. Whether it needs to be a penalty shootout or just the last 30 minutes or last 20 minutes. See, I think I know what they were thinking because Sean Johnson, that's probably a good position to put him in. I would rather put him in and then have Dane St. Clair sit for the penalties. I think Sean Johnson's probably better on penalties than Andre Blake, slightly. He won an MLS Cup on a penalty shootout, so give him that. But I think it's a good, smart way to play it if they did. I think they knew what they were doing. Black is old school, and we're in a new era when Adidas took over 2017 and eradicated black from our uniforms except for the numbers on the white jersey. Yep. It is what it is. Boom, boom. Having KFC watching the All Star Game. Nice. Who do you think will make it to the World Series playoffs? Like just the World Series in general? The Blue Jays are going to be in the playoffs. And I think they're going to get hot. I think they'll get hot again at the right time. And I think they're going to pull Atlanta Braves and go all the way. Toronto Blue Jays versus the LA Dodgers. Blue Jays in 7. Hear it first. Heard it here first. Biased? Maybe. But damn it, I feel like it'll happen. I feel good. Feel good. Also, in modern times, Avs should be a blue and burgundy team, not a burgundy and blue team. I agree. Blue is always modern and cleaner. I agree. 2 subs for Liga MX. Dineno is off for Oscar, or Acevedo's on for Oscar Ustari, and Alvaro Fidalgo is on for Dineno. And here's MLS's subs. Sean Johnson is on. Sean Johnson is on for Dane St. Clair. Raul Ruiz-Diaz is on. For Honey Mukhtar. Paul Arriola is off. Brandon Vasquez. So we have Sean Johnson on for Dane St. Clair. Raul Ruiz-Diaz on for Brandon Vasquez. All right. Seriously. Probably will be Yankees and probably Taxi and Ruiz-Diaz. Taxi Fontes is on. Yes, Taxi Fontes is on, and they're already on the break. Carles Gil, all the way around. Carles Gil. Blocked away. Yankees. Okay. I mean, it'd probably be Yankees, Dodgers, but I don't want to see it. Though Luciano Acosta is on, Taxi Fontes, Ruiz-Diaz, and Sean Johnson. That should be all their subs. Let's see. Everybody is played. I think. Elie. On. Played. They've all played. Guzman, Rocha, and Gerardo need to come on for Liga MX and Guzman. Maybe they already did. Maybe some Mexican players ain't going to play. Aaron Long better be useful. He's been on there for a half and hasn't done anything bad. Yankees, Padres. Padres. Oh, no. I don't care if they just got Juan Soto. They've actually sucked recently. Yankees versus Mets. Okay, that one's possible. I'll be rooting for the Mets on that one. Still been on the pitch, though, see? I'll root for if it's Yankees-Mets, I'll root for the Mets, even though Marcus Stroman isn't there anymore. One, because why would I root for the Yankees? Second of all, I bet Stroh will be rooting for the Mets anyway. I would hope. And then everybody but BKL, you, and Red Bull Insider are guaranteed a loss. 64th minute. Root for Dodgers. 64th minute. Well, yeah, at least root for the Dodgers. If there was a Yankees-Dodgers World Series, I guess I'd root for the Dodgers. Cleared away. Aaron Long makes a clearance. Yay. And it goes straight to Liga MX. That wasn't his fault, but whatever. 64th minute. Blocked away. Clear it. Aaron Long makes another clearance. There we go. All right. Oh, Kyrgios beat Medvedev in tennis in Montreal. Okay. Not bad. I like tennis. Dodgers are my favorite team. Fuck the Rockies. So I guess you only go to Coors Field when the Dodgers show up, eh? Oh, Ben Olsen is on the freaking panel. There you go. Or I guess when the Yankees come around too, every 6 years. Well, I guess they'll be different. Go back to Arizona. Go back to Arizona who? I'm sure they are. Freddie Freeman, Trey Turner, Chris Taylor, Justin Turner, Mookie Betts, Kershaw, Bueller. I'm sure you did. Blake Trinan ain't doing great, but 66th minute. Imagine if Berhalter, Tata, Bruce Arena, or Bob Bradley became Canada's new coach. Chris Brown's on the Rockies. That would all of them would suck, and we are screwed if that happens. Especially when the great players start leaving and retiring, if that were to happen. I'll still buy a Rockies jersey for the look, though. That purple pinstripe look is always smooth. I like their purple alternate, and I like their City Connect. The purple pinstripes aren't bad. I would not have complained if Marcus Stroman ever got traded to the Rockies like that was always rumored. Because those jerseys would have been nice. Like, that was always a rumor for some reason, Stroman to the Rockies. I would have not had a problem with that. Just because the jerseys are nice. Probably get smacked around. Handball! That was honestly unintentional, but I guess it really doesn't matter. 67th minute, but they don't call it. But I like the purple alternates. I could still buy a Troy Tulowitzki jersey. I can still buy a Troy Tulowitzki jersey. I like Tulo. Always have. Even before he was in Toronto. How's Liam Miller doing at Basel? As far as I know. Haven't really seen anything on Liam Miller, really. City Connect is basically our license plate. It's mid, to be honest, and needs some more purple or more colors. The City Connects are always sort of weird. I honestly think, personally, when it comes to City Connects, the White Sox have the best. The South Side jerseys. I cannot wait to see what Toronto's look like. It's going to be some OVO shit, isn't it? Black and gold. I'm going to call it now. Somehow Drake Somehow they basically just make the Toronto City Connect black and gold and sort of connect it to OVO, but not really unless the Blue Jays make a deal with them, and then you know what's coming. I mean, it's not a hard thing to say. It's not a hard thing to call. Nike going to Nike, but at least it's a jersey they barely wear. MLB has a mid mindset. Oh, nice MJF reference. With the mid. 69th minute. Plays forward. Yedlin, absolutely horrible touch. That's why they're becoming finished. I mean, that's Manfred for you. Still sat in the front row of the Cardinals Blue Jays game back in May, so good. 69th minute. Header. Headed forward. Acosta, nice touch. Rui Diaz dropping all the way back. That's not going to end well. Acosta, Luciano Acosta, making a good run. Has all this open space. Rui Diaz still deep on the pitch. I didn't even know it was raining in Baltimore. 69th. So that was a shock. 8-4. Now, if I was watching Weather Channel this morning, probably I would have knew that was possible, but I wasn't. I had it on SEC Network. Just because. These people were talking about 69th minute. 69th minute, ball crossed in. Carles Heel having a chance here. Foul! That's got to be penalty! Penalty for MLS. Penalty. Penalty para MLS. Carles Heel. Brought down. I mean, they're on MLB Shop. They're on MLB Shop. Or is it not, or do you not want those? PK for MLS. This ref is so biased. Honestly, I think he's on the take. Yeah, I agree. And Mexican fans are saying, no era penal. We'll see what we see. Will they check VAR? Carles Heel. No. That could definitely be a penalty. That could definitely be a penalty. I think it is. It's soft, but I definitely think it's a penalty. I think it's a penalty. Now, I wanted one of those All-Star Game jerseys, one of those Toronto All-Star Game jerseys. They were out by the time. Like, before the game, they were there, and then by the time they were gone, or at least the Authentics, but the Authentics are way too much. Like, Authentics and MLB are way too much. Like, NBA, it's good, it's possible. NFL, if you don't go too high, but like the one that's sort of authentic, but not authentic, but it seems more authentic than just screen printed, that's not bad. The Limited's not bad. MLS, that's probably the best. Authentic and replica. Not the biggest swap, and MLB is like $300 for no reason. Like, and the authentic jerseys honestly aren't that good. I mean, if you want tackle twill letters and tackle twill numbers and like a front, like the front numbers or an actual chain stitched Blue Jay, yeah, you gotta go authentic, but it's not worth it. If MLS scores this penalty, it's over. We'll see. Carles Heel being checked in the 72nd minute. I think it is. I agree. I think it is. And we're going to have Rui Diaz take it. Raul Rui Diaz takes the penalty. If he scores, PK stands. Raul Rui Diaz of the Seattle Sounders won the CCL. Can he slay Liga MX again? Raul Rui Diaz. As it should be, to be honest, right now. Raul Rui Diaz put up MLS 2-0. Will this be the one? Raul Rui Diaz of the Seattle Sounders against Acevedo of Santos Laguna. Raul Rui Diaz. Referees still calling people back. Rui Diaz gets to take the penalty. 73rd minute. Starts the run-up. Takes the shot. Goal! 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 Raul Rui Diaz! 2-0. 2-0 2-0 MLS. The penalty is converted. Raul Ruidiaz goes the opposite way. It's a penalty. Penalty in the 74th. Let's go. 904 hat tricks. Happy about that one. I thought he would be. Womp. It goes the other way. Acevedo goes wrong. Ruidiaz goes the other way. Good penalty from Raul Ruidiaz. Calm as you like. What you would expect from Ruidiaz. 74th minute. It's 2-0, 2-0 MLS. And I think that's it. Liga MX has to break MLS twice in 15 minutes. Well, no. 15 to 85. That's 10. Yeah, 15 minutes plus about 20 minutes to give it stoppage time. They got 20 minutes to even try to send this to penalties. I don't like the chances. I don't think I like the chances of that. I think MLS, they've bent but not broken, and I think they'll still not break. MLS are probably going to be your All-Star Game champions 2 straight years and going to have the sweep this year on the All-Star skills and the game. Unless they bottle it, but I don't think they will. I could be talking crap, though. But with that being said, 75th minute. MLS, what are you doing, Kai? That's not a good idea. Luckily, it didn't end up being bad. And Walker Zimmerman being interviewed here. Of course. 75th minute. Walker Zimmerman. Does this happen yearly? Yep, it's always. MLS was going to start doing the MLS versus Liga MX All Star Game in 2020. That was postponed due to COVID. 2021 was the first one, but MLS always had an All Star Game every year. But before it was against Liga MX, most of the time it was European teams on their preseason tours after they stopped doing East versus West or playing the USMNT. So around the mid-2000s, they got to play European teams, and then took about a little bit of decade and a half to get to playing Liga MX. But I think this is the best way to do it. It's a lot more competitive. The games are actually fun. It's enjoyable to watch because, let's be honest, playing European teams in their preseason, you get the first half, and they're going to play their best players. And then the second half, if you're still 0-0, you're playing basically the players they want to trial, the younger players and the backups. And if you win then, you won against backups. And if you're losing and they're playing backups and you're down 2-0, maybe you come back for penalties. But the point is, with the European games, honestly, it was just like, yay, my team's player is playing in the All-Star Game. Like, even now, I'll tell you this. Back then when the European games were being played, the first one I covered was the 2019 All-Star Game, but Pozuelo was playing in that. But it was against Atletico Madrid. The past 2 years, there have not been any Toronto players in the All-Star Game. But they're still enjoyable. I'm still happy to watch them because this game is a lot closer. It's competitive. If my players are not in it, when it was European, why should I watch it? Because I pretty much know where it's going to go. At the very least, they're going to lose on penalties. Now, sometimes MLS did win. But I would say that was more because they held on for the first half and then feasted on a younger backup side in the second half. Those games, I mean, those were singular performances. They played very well, but like the Chelsea game, when Wando was complimented by John Terry, there was that, of course. They beat Bayern, and Pep didn't shake Caleb Porter's hand. But, it's always like those. And some of those games are pretty good. But Now it's like the MLS All Star Game is a big event, a bigger event than it used to be. Now, I had a channel back when it was European, or I was doing streams, or it was a lot earlier, and it was European versus MLS, and my players weren't in it, I'd still do it, but it'd probably be even less entertaining, even if they tried to win. But shot saved by Sean Johnson covers it up. But all I'm saying is this Liga MX MLS situation is a lot better than European All Star versus the European team All Star games. I think that matters. That's just me, though. That's just me. Get shit on Liga MX. I agree. All-Star Game will be in DC next year. You're right. You're right, yes. The jerseys better be like cherry blossom themed. Like, I need a pinkish color jersey. At least the warm-up jersey they do for the skills challenge. There needs to be something to do with, like, freaking cherry blossoms on it. There should be, but 79th minute. '79th minute. Might go to next year's All-Star Game. You know, All-Star Game next year. All-Star Game. All-Star Game next year. Yeah, I think you should go all the way to DC. I mean, can't be bad. Could be enjoying. Get shit on Liga MX. I mean, they haven't even got scored on again, but I guess they're going to make their last subs. Eric Lira is on. Where's the rest of them? They're not even playing. It is 2-0 MLS. 2-0. 2-0 MLS. Saludos, Eder. Saludos. DC's a great city. I've been there. I didn't. The one chance I had to go was that the eighth grade trip that almost it seems like everybody does, and I didn't go. Because I just didn't want to. But it's fun with other activities. So no, that was 7th. Yedlin. Oh, cross. Well, oh no. The bigger the bigger party in Minneapolis tonight was CM Punk returning. He's back. He's back in AEW. Holy, it hasn't been that long. Holy shit. I guess Moxley versus Punk it all out then. To be honest, I want Moxley to win. They won't do that though. They won't do that though. Punk's gonna win. That's gonna be Punk versus like what, Eddie Kingston? He'll drop it to like Eddie, I think. Is that the plan? Before, probably. Somebody was talking like that. Or no. Or no, was it? Oh no, it was probably MJF versus Punk. Because they were leaning to MJF versus Punk when MJF made his shoot promo. It was a work shoot still. And Punk turns heel and defends AEW. Top thing. I still want to see an Eddie Kingston versus Punk match. I still do. But honestly, Jon Moxley is interim champion. He's had a good run as an interim champion. Elie clears, but I would rather it. I'm still, honestly, at this point, I'm a bigger fan of Jon Moxley than I am CM Punk. I've always been a fan of both, but Eddie Kingston's the next one anointed by the crowd. Yeah. Punk is definitely, his stock has definitely fell in my eyes. I mean, shit, botching those 3 buckshot lariats against Hangman Page was just, Punk wouldn't do that back when he was in the WWE. Punk is just, I don't know. It kind of feels like, you've seen that meme, like, how do you do, fellow kids? That's kind of like what Punk is now. It's like, I mean, he used to be cool, and he's still trying to act like he's cool, and it just doesn't. Maybe when Punk turns heel, it'll be better, but no. But I gotta say, both AEW and WWE are good right now. It's good time to be a wrestling fan, I have to say. Very good time to be a wrestling fan. But honestly, the tribalism through AEW versus WWE can't be around. Shouldn't be around no more. Because Triple H is basically doing the same shit in WWE that Tony Khan's doing. So you're getting what you want on both sides. Save by Acevedo, 84th minute. So I think the tribalism is going to go away. Nice. Yep, Raw's in Toronto. Not next week, but the week after. I think it'll be a good show. It'll be a very good show. Triple H has been booking well. Because Triple H is handling the book. He's handling creative. He's doing well. I like what I'm seeing. And also Dexter Lumis is back. So I'm just waiting for Johnny Gargano to come back. Because you know it's going to happen. Candice may take a little bit longer to return. Shot! Goal! 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 Goal de Liga MX! Goal! 2-1 with 5 minutes plus stoppage time left to go. What a banger. Golazo. Alvarez. Golazo. Holy shit, they scripted this, didn't they? Alvarez. Alvarez with a shot. Golazo, yep, that was a beautiful goal. What a banger by Kevin Alvarez, yeah. I think, yeah. 85th minute, Alvarez goal. Should have been 1-1. I think the penalty was a penalty. Header down. This might be scripted. It is Kevin Alvarez. I was thinking, I just had to make. Goal in the 75th or the 85th? The 85th. 2-1. MLS. I think we're going to penalties. I hate to say it, but I think we're going to penalties again. They're going to give one up in stoppage time. We go to penalties, and this is going to be a show. And hopefully MLS gets 2 on penalties, but I don't know. The ref's calling everything for MLS, but not Liga MX. See, that's the kicker. That's the kicker. You can't make the fix obvious. Goal? What? I'm on regular TV. How is that possible? Am I that behind? What? ¿Por qué? Liga MX. Please tell me he's talking about the last one. I'm on regular TV. You can't troll me. That's out for a corner. It's out for a corner. They could score here, though. 87th minute. I thought I'm on regular TV. Bulls 2 for 3. Yeah. Cross in. He jinxed it, though. Just wait. 87th minute. He jinxed it, though. Just wait. Header. Oh, they think that header might have caused a handball, or at least it looked like that was possible, but they're not going to give it. 87th minute. I mean, it was sort of in the way. I mean, you can't really say. 87th minute. 88, 89, 90. 3 minutes plus stoppage time. MLS in the lead still. Just holding on, barely. They finally broke. Bent but didn't break till the 85th minute. Is that long enough? Or will there be a second goal from Liga MX? Whether it's right at the end of regular time or the 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time, and will we go to penalties? Carles Gil. They broke like the Rapids. MLS All Star Games feel scripted. Honestly, though, you're not wrong. I mean, even last year, now that you think about it, the 1-1, the way it happened, it felt natural, but you definitely could say it did. You definitely say it did. Match fixing. Somebody shouldn't look into this, because if they do, they find out about match fixing. Have an MLS version of Watergate. Thorns won. Nice. Good. They broke like the Rapids. The defense of the Rapids is a little bit suspect, I have to agree. A little bit suspect, yeah. A little bit suspect. 85th minute. I would not be surprised if this goes to penalties. Me either. And if it is, it's probably scripted. It's probably scripted. Especially if I see a mark that isn't really that great. Now that I'm thinking about it, 1 more minute plus stoppage time. So probably about 4 or 5 minutes left in this match, I would say. That's my guess. 89th. Plays forward. Liga MX still within a chance to send this to a penalty shootout. Cross in. Headed away. Nice clearance there. 30 seconds to stoppage. I have a feeling this is about as fixed as a boxing match. Because you damn well know boxing is fixed at this point. '90th minute. We're into stoppage time. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Free kick in the defensive zone for Liga MX. We got 4 minutes. MLS, can they hold for 4 more minutes? And will it be a last-second shot that send this to a penalty shootout? Pardon me. No. 30 seconds through. 3:30 left. .330. Now into 3 minutes. Saved by Sean Johnson. Rolls through. Sean Johnson was the one who allowed the only goal against MLS. Oh. Plan didn't really, it was a golazo. So, it was a golazo. I can't complain. A minute through. We got 3 more to go. 91. We got 3 more to go. MLS, can they hold on and stop this from going to a second successive penalty shootout this series, but still go 2-0 in the series? Carles Gil. Turning back, passes it to Yedlin. Carles Gil gets a great pass. Luckily, they got that penalty. MLS. 1:30. 2:30 to go. 2-1. 2-1. What happened to New England this year? Bruce Arena signed MLS's sloppy seconds players, thinking that was going to help New England with depth. Omar Gonzalez is still concrete feet. Josie Altidore did nothing. They even wanted to get rid of Sebastian Lletget. Like what? The best one was what? Tommy Mack. A lot of injuries. They're really good players leaving. Having to sign others. They just fell off. I totally expected it. Saved by Sean Johnson. We're past halfway. 150 pretty much of stoppage time. But pretty much I expected them to fall off. I said they wouldn't be as good. I don't think this heavily. I think I said 7th. They'd be in the playoffs, but it's on the right track. Told you on the way to build a team. Bruce Arenas picked up his friends. Cross over the bar. Tried to shoot it, but Taxi Fontes. That was a good cross. But basically, Bruce Arena tried to build a team that, well, he thought it would work. I knew it would. Don't sign your old ass friends or your favorite players from other clubs. I knew it was going to happen. I guess Robert Kraft cheaped out on him. I agree as well. Prediction for Rapids Crew on Saturday night. Ooh. Jossie Zardes revenge game. I don't know why, but Jossie Zardes revenge game. 2-1. 2-1 Rapids. Jossie Zardes with a brace. 30 seconds to go. 2-1. And I'm just saying that because that's what I think. Saved by Sean Johnson. $20 seconds. Should be it, almost. 10 seconds. MLS will get the win without a penalty shootout. Unless there's an absolute howler. Giving up. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Headed back. That will be full time. Full time. MLS wins 2-1. MLS wins the All Star Game. 2-1. 2-1. MLS reigns supreme for another year with a bragging rights over Liga MX. They take the skills comp. They take the All Star Game. They got the CCL. We'll see what happens with Campeones Cup, and it's tied in Leagues Cup showcase. We'll see what the other 3 games do. But right now, MLS has the advantage over the past year and a half. And they keep on going with it. 2-1 MLS after 90. No penalty shootout. What a win. Easy as you like. Except for the golazo. But Adrian Heath beats Diego Coca. Atlas is fraudulent. Ratlas is fraudulent. I mean, they haven't been doing good right now either. Let's be honest. Atlas. They haven't been doing good right now. But MLS does it again. Bob Bradley beats Liga MX last year. Adrian Heath beats him this year. A good night in Minnesota for the MLS. A magical night in Minnesota. Get shit on. Liga MX. Get shit on. Get shit on. Get shit on. I think it was a great one. Happy to see. I agree. I'll give this one. New York, 2-0. 2-0. Maybe 3-1, but I got New York winning. As you should, but I think you're right. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribed, send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you for the review within the hour. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Vamos, MLS. Let's go.